She sent her first urgent message at exactly 11:47 p.m., her fingers trembling slightly, as she feared someone was silently observing her. Emma Carter had always been careful, cautious in her routines, but never truly paranoid until that night brought her deepest fears alive. The hallway light flickered once before plunging the apartment into complete darkness, making her small living room feel constricted and unnervingly oppressive. She told herself it was nothing, just her imagination, though every instinct whispered danger lurking somewhere just beyond her locked bedroom door. Then came the sound she couldn't ignore, a deliberate, slow step outside the bedroom, echoing faintly across the cold wooden floor beneath. Gripping her phone tightly, she quickly typed a message to her closest friend. "I think someone is outside my window right now." Her best friend responded casually, not realizing the terror behind her words, dismissing it as paranoia, unaware of the real danger present. Emma waited quietly, listening intently, every hair on her neck standing on end as the air around her seemed to grow heavier. Silence was no longer comforting. It was oppressive, suffocating, pressing against her from all sides as if the apartment itself watched silently. Another sound reached her ears, this time closer, a soft, dragging step that made her blood run cold in her veins. She locked her bedroom door with shaking hands, pulling the bolt firmly, but the knowledge of someone inside filled her with dread. She typed again, "I'm serious. I can hear footsteps outside. Please tell me what to do. I don't feel safe." Minutes passed with no urgency from those she trusted, their casual replies offering no comfort, leaving her alone with mounting, paralyzing fear. She checked the window, secured the locks, then inspected the front door, confirming it was also firmly locked. But her anxiety only intensified. Something inside her screamed she was not alone, and the small space of her apartment suddenly felt like a trap enclosing her entirely. At precisely 12:03 a.m., she sent another message. "He's still here and I can hear movement in the hallway. Please help me." Her breathing became shallow and rapid, the muscles in her neck tense as though anticipating an attack from an unseen presence within. She turned off all lights, sat on her bed, attempting to shrink into the smallest possible space, though the walls felt like they were closing. Then came the faintest creak, originating not from outside, but the hallway immediately outside her bedroom, making her freeze in utter terror. Her phone buzzed unexpectedly, but it was not a message. It was the low warning of a battery running critically low, signaling more helplessness. She rose slowly, heart racing, and edged toward her bedroom door, the shadows stretching unnaturally along the walls, hiding shapes her mind couldn't quite identify. The hallway was darker than she expected, yet she could sense a presence moving silently, calculatedly, as if watching her every careful step with intent. Her hands tightened around the doorframe, knuckles white, as her ears caught faint scraping, almost imperceptible, like someone dragging shoes across the cold hardwood floor. Emma's pulse raced, each beat echoing loudly in her chest as if mocking her inability to escape the building or call for immediate help. She whispered into her phone again, "I think he's inside now, moving closer to my door. Please tell someone. I need help immediately." Minutes stretched endlessly, each second a small eternity as she listened, hoping that casual dismissals from friends would turn into a text demanding her safety. Her intuition screamed danger, and her rational mind failed to suppress the terror that she was now not only watched, but hunted, alone in darkness. The faintest shadow passed under the slightly ajar bedroom door, and Emma froze, unable to breathe, trapped between fear and the instinct to flee instantly. She leaned back against the wall, her body trembling uncontrollably as her mind raced through possibilities, hoping this was all paranoia, yet fearing reality. Her phone battery dropped further, the red warning blinking insistently, reminding her that help could not arrive soon enough if this intruder meant her harm. She pressed record, capturing a voice note, hoping that even if she vanished, someone would understand the terror that gripped her apartment that night. The soft whir of air conditioning masked some sounds, but the deliberate creak of floorboards betrayed the presence, each step measured, closer, deliberate, terrifyingly intentional. She whispered, He's inside. Her voice barely audible over the rapid pounding of her heart, praying someone would read and take it seriously. A metallic click echoed faintly, signaling a door unlocking somewhere, though every lock she engaged had been properly secured, making her panic spiral uncontrollably. Emma backed further into her bedroom, the walls seemingly moving inward, pressing against her like a living entity, echoing the fear that now dominated her every thought. The recording captured 37 agonizing seconds of whispered terror, of uneven breathing, of footsteps advancing toward her with an unseen, unknowable threat. Then came the words she would never forget. Softly, steadily, tremblingly. "He's standing behind me." Her recording cut abruptly, leaving silence more horrifying than sound. 3 days later, her parents reported her missing, their concern growing as calls went unanswered and texts went ignored despite urgency and panic. Police entered her apartment, finding it immaculate, nothing overturned, no signs of forced entry, as if Emma had simply vanished into thin air without trace. Her bed was neatly made. Nothing seemed disturbed. No evidence of struggle, no forced entry, only the oppressive, lingering sense that something unseen was present. The phone was discovered in a nearby dumpster, screen cracked, battery low, and containing draft messages that had never been sent in her escalating terror. "I can hear him breathing," one draft read. "Why isn't anyone answering? I was right," another pleaded, a final warning etched into digital desperation. Security footage revealed nothing unusual entering the building, yet one maintenance supervisor's activity raised concern, accessing the master key locker minutes before the first message. Records claimed a plumbing complaint response, yet no complaint had been logged, placing him in the building until past midnight, his presence suspiciously prolonged and unexplained. Investigators searched his apartment, uncovering hidden storage with keys, personal belongings of Emma, and a notebook detailing every routine, schedule, and habit she maintained. He knew exactly when she was alone. He knew the times she texted friends, ensuring no one would intervene or take her warnings seriously at all. During interrogation, he remained calm, collected, until the voice note was played. A micro-expression crossed his face, a flicker of guilt barely perceptible. Forensic analysis later matched fibers from his jacket to Emma's carpet, linking him physically to her apartment and confirming the meticulously observed stalking over several months. The trial unfolded in tense silence, the courtroom captivated by the chilling voice note replayed over and over, forcing jurors to witness terror firsthand. Her parents wept quietly. The man accused remained expressionless, an unsettling contrast to the horror conveyed in Emma's last messages captured electronically for evidence. The verdict was guilty. Justice was served, but the cautionary lesson lingered far beyond the courtroom, warning about ignored intuition and underestimated danger in daily life. Emma's texts became a warning. Sometimes fear is not paranoia, but a deeply rational survival instinct, ignored at society's peril, tragically underestimated by those around. Even with conviction, the story remained unsettling, illustrating how closely danger can hide in plain sight, stalking its victims silently, while others dismiss the signs entirely. The building, the phone, the messages, all became evidence of how meticulously someone can observe and anticipate without raising suspicion or triggering intervention in time. Her recordings, drafts, and final voice notes were archived, serving as haunting reminders of the importance of taking warnings seriously, a lesson learned too late. The case showed that those who watch silently can manipulate reality around their victims, controlling perception and leveraging disbelief to trap and terrorize someone in their own home. Intuition should never be dismissed. Emma's repeated pleas for help emphasized the critical gap between perceived paranoia and the very real dangers present in her life. Her final voice note became a symbol of unheard warnings, a chilling echo that resonates beyond her disappearance, now a haunting lesson for anyone who might face similar threats. Even today, her story serves as a cautionary tale, showing how danger is often closer than expected, and how subtle warning signs can be overlooked catastrophically. If you enjoyed this true crime story, make sure to like, subscribe, and visit Obscure Diaries for more chilling investigations that explore danger hiding in plain sight.